Good morning, students. Today we are going to learn about the chemical basis of muscle contraction. During muscle contraction, energy is released in the form of heat. Energy releasing chemical reactions are controlled by change in the length and tension placed on the muscle during its active stage. Active muscle need more oxygen than when at rest. The muscle contains stored glycogen which is decreased during contraction. In anaerobic contraction, glycogen decreases more since more glucose is oxidized to lactic acid, producing less energy. In aerobic contraction, high potential energy is released. Since Georgi explained that myosin and actin together to form actomyosin complex, which can be drawn artificially in the form of a fiber. These fibers, when immersed in a solution of ATP, contract, showing myosin, actin and ATP together form the base of muscle contraction. Now let us see the ATP. ATP means adenosine triphosphate. The utilization of ATP molecules, we can see the utilization of ATP molecules. ATP is the source of energy for muscle contraction. ATP is formed from the oxidative metabolism of carbohydrates or fats. Anaerobically, one molecule of glucose yields 2 molecules of ATP. In aerobic oxidation, glycolysis yields 36 ATP molecules per molecule of glucose. Thus, ATP yield depends upon the glycogen reserve of the muscle. Now we can see the slide share. Phosphocreatine. It is a high energy phosphate compound which is present in large amounts in muscular tissues. It cannot be used as a direct source of energy for muscle contraction. It serves for the regeneration of ATP from ADP in the presence of enzyme creatine phosphokinase. Now let us see the chemistry of muscle contraction. Certain chemical changes and enzymes are involved in muscle contraction. Each enzyme is associated with a definite reaction. During muscle contraction, energy is made available in the form of ATP, which is obtained by oxidation of carbohydrates and fats. During relaxation, calcium ions are received from the cytoplasm. The sequence of chemical process taking place during muscle contraction are as follows. Muscle contraction depends upon interaction between myosin and actin when ATP is converted into ADP in the presence of an enzyme ATPase. In the next reaction, phosphocreatine is broken down by the specific activity of phosphoryl creatinokinase to produce more ATP when ATP is depleted. In the next reaction, when a muscle is induced to contract over a prolonged period, fatigue develops, resulting in the depletion of glycogen ATP, whereas ADP and lactic acid levels rise. At this stage, in the presence of an enzyme, myokinase and magnesium ions, ATP is regenerated. During breakdown of muscle glycogen by the glycolytic pathway, pyruvic acid is formed. In this process, 30 molecules of ATP are synthesized for each unit of glucose. In the absence of oxygen, pyruvic acid is converted into a lactic acid. ATP breakdown and glycolysis proceeds anaerobically. The accumulated pyruvic acid and lactic acid can be oxidized to yield carbon dioxide and water in the presence of oxygen only through citric acid cycle. In this process, more molecules of ATP are generated for each glucose unit oxidized. Contraction and relaxation of muscles are associated with the breakdown of ATP and phosphocreatine, which are independent of oxygen supply. During relaxation and afterwards, lactic acid is produced from glycogen. 1/5 of the lactic acid is oxidized and the rest is reconverted into glycogen in the liver. Muscles and other tissues. Glycogen formation is endothermic process requiring energy. Creatine combines with ATP to form phosphocreatine, and the energy for its synthesis is derived from the breakdown of glycogen. Now we can see the role of calcium in muscle contraction. Calcium ions play an important role in muscle contraction. The flow of electrical current through the longitudinal tubules causes the release of calcium ions into surrounding cytoplasm. They diffuse into the interior of myofibrils and initiate contraction. Once the electrical current caused by action potential is over, the longitudinal tubules reabsorb the calcium ions from sarcoplasm in no time. Then the muscle relaxes. Small crypts or invaginations are located at the surfaces of muscle forming the T system. Through these crypts, inward conduction of action potential takes place and it is propagated down the tubules. Then calcium ions are released into the myofilament space. This release of calcium activates the cross bridges and contraction is resulted. In a resting muscle fiber, the cross bridges are unable to bind to actin and undergo cross bridge cycle to produce contraction. This is due to two regular proteins, namely troponin and tropomyosin, which are bound to actin filaments. Students, all of you clear? I hope you have understood well. If you have any doubt, you can post your doubt in our Google Classroom or in the WhatsApp group. Thank you. Thank you, one and all.